In this painting, we see Väinämöinen, the oldest man in the world and the greatest mythical hero of Finland, living with his boat. He promises to return when there's a need for his songs and heroic acts again, and when people will start to search for him again. Some poet-singers didn't include this message of return, but once again, this painting comes from Kalevala version, where Väinämöinen will return. It would be very anticlimactic if our greatest hero would just leave without saying some encouraging words to his supporters. I will tell the Kalevala version of this poem. Why is he leaving us? Well, a woman called Marjatta was a beautiful maid, but a lazy worker, who was more interested in her looks than toiling away in mundane tasks. One day, while roaming in the forest, she hears the call of lingonberry. This red berry was asking her to eat him before worms. The lingonberry makes a good speech, and Marjatta starts to search for this berry. She finds it and eats it, and as a result, she becomes pregnant from this red berry. Marjatta sounds like a version of Maria, but the name actually comes from the Finnish word berry, Maria. It sounds like that early Christian missionaries inadvertently created this berry-eating Virgin Mary through mistranslation, or maybe the story of Virgin Mary was told by some traders who were not that interested in the proper evangelization of the pagan fur hunters. Anyway, after eating this one berry, Marjatta carries the child almost 10 months. She is ostracized by her family and the village. Nobody wants to help her to give birth to this fatherless child. Help comes from a horse that carries her to the stable, where she gives birth to a boy. The child is suddenly lost and found from the swamp, maybe looking for his father. When it comes time to baptize the child, Ukko arrives to perform the task. Ukko could be in this case either Baltic thunder god Ukko or some old wise man with the name Ukko. Nobody knows what to name this virgin-born boy, and Väinämöinen is called for help. What could be this boy's possible name? Väinämöinen decides that since it's a fatherless child, then it should be taken back to the swamp and be killed with a blow to the skull. In the shock of everyone, the child starts to speak. Child asks why he should be killed for being a fatherless, when Väinämöinen himself is also a fatherless man, who has committed so many bad deeds during his hero's journey. After hearing these accusations, Väinämöinen decides to exile himself and leave with his boat. This is the moment that we see in the painting, these two gods and kings exchanging glances with each other. Most of the people are gathering to the child, while a few old men still look at Väinämöinen. A faceless child plays kantele, the ancient instrument of poet-singers. The myth lives on. As a footnote, I will tell 2 points about this poem. In the Kalevala version, where this painting is based on, the child is left without a name to make a clear reference to Jesus Christ. But in other versions, the crowd decides to make this talking child the new king, and he is named Kaukomieli, that is far mind in English, maybe referring to the child's visionary and oracle-like talents that can match Väinämöinen. In Kalevala, the stable part comes from a different poem. It comes from Catholic times during the Middle Ages. The Catholic Church didn't have much interest in teaching common people about the Bible, so this sung version about horse stable was a common conception about the birth of Jesus Christ and the Virgin Mary.